Hi everyone, welcome back to another Onkruid video, welcome back to another unedited Soulstone Survivors video. I'm gonna give the Death Knight another try, why not, right? We still have so much to do, so we better use all of the characters at our disposal to make the most out of it. If you don't know, from 2, maybe 3 episodes ago, this guy is fast. He moves fast because he's on a horse, he's a rider, a horseback rider, but he has no dash, so that's kind of the catch, that's the downside of his build. We're playing on Curse difficulty 6 or 41, however you want to conceptualize it, which means that we are being chased by this entity that deals lethal damage to us once it actually gets too close and hits us. What we're going to be going for today is a nice negative effect applying build. We're going to be focusing on both the Doom application and Poison application and try to get the interaction between those two debuffs going. That's exactly what we're going to be focusing on today. Thing we got some success with, or type of build we got some success with earlier, and I just want to try and recreate that. Shadow Grasp. Pulls an enemies in a large area towards you. That's a new ability from getting this guy to level 5, I think, and it's like an AoE around us. Looks a bit like a Rel ult from League of Legends, if you're familiar with that. Cool. Also propose or brings with it some danger, of course, because I mean we're pulling enemies closer towards us. But I'm looking forward to seeing its potential. And it applied Curse, right? What is Curse about exactly? Cursed causes damage after seconds. Each new application refreshed. So it's quite similar to Doom, I believe, actually. More cast frequency, thank you very much. Cursed is another thing we can focus on, like Cursed, Darkness and Poison, but I don't want to clog up my build. I don't want to steer it in too many directions. I want to have it nice and focused, nice and clean, just a couple mechanics. Touch of Ice, another negative effect we can apply. That's very welcome. For the moment lacking some damage, I think, but it will all get solved once we clear out this giant pack of elites here, because then we will get just a hell of a lot of experience normally. And that's gonna be great. I'm also going to be getting Poison Cloud, going to be getting a hell of a lot of experience. Oh yeah, nice and early when it comes to clinical psychology in a while. I'm starting my second job and I'm just seeing more and more clients and patients. Don't want any of this. I'll go for Blade Storm actually. Multicast for the Poison Cloud, sure. Blade Storm is nice because it's also such a large AoE and it helps us apply some of our negative effects that we are applying right now. Damn, we've got all the right upgrades so far already. I think this build has some potential. Festering Strike. Yeah, let's go for Festering Strike for now. Might replace that in the end, but we have a nice AoE around us accompanied with pulling enemies in towards us. So I think that we have some potential here. Multicast for all our shadow abilities, that's gonna be nice now and definitely also later. Acid Rain, sure, let's get some more AoE poison or doom effect in there. A bit of critical damage just for some raw damage as well, so that we don't only have to rely on the negative effect applications. And let's see, how do we fare against a tower, for example? Well, I mean, it takes some time to wind up, you know, because we need to apply a lot of passive effects before we actually start dealing damage. But once that happens, we have some damage in there. Don't need any of these. More Fateful Strikes are always welcome. And we definitely also want to get another movement speed upgrade if possible in the future. You can learn a lot from reading books and articles and stuff, but in the end, having a real life person in the flesh in front of you with all their little quirks, all their little characteristics, their little personal unique characteristics, that's the experience where you will learn the most and you will learn the quickest. Because books are most of the time about like the general mean cases, you know, how people generally present with a certain illness, but it never quite fits to the actual clinical reality. People are always a bit different than they are in the books, so you have to take that into account for sure. Ooh, multicast for Shadow Grasp. Are we gonna keep Shadow Grasp? Sure, let's try it out. We don't necessarily have to achieve victory right away. We can always complete it off camera if we want to. Because of our body mass, I just noticed Poison Bomb. Bladestorm, I like Bladestorm though. Maybe I get rid of Acid Rain because I like Poison Bomb, that's for sure. I know that that's a great ability from earlier days. I don't know, I was talking about going Darkness, right? But now I'm almost only going Poison. I think if I get the opportunity to get Void or something, I will replace one of my Poison skills, probably Festering Strike. Don't really like any of these. I guess I'll go for the block power for now because we definitely need some defensive upgrades as well for when we inevitably get hit. That Vortex is gonna be better than Poison Strike, I think. Let's go for that Vortex. That's gonna be our second Shadow skill. And it's already level 4 because of the Shadow upgrades we took already. I'm not gonna go for Leviathan because I want to keep on moving around fast. And looks like we killed our first boss already. Some more movement speed, thank you very much. Some more raw damage, that can always come in handy as well. And then pick up the gem and hopefully level up a bit more. Some extra maximum health, don't need any of these. A magnetic upgrade is welcome. Cooldown reduction is always welcome. That's handy, whatever type of build you are going. Just popping your abilities faster is always going to be beneficial for you, of course. And then we only have the Eternal Guardian over here remaining. Increase the multicast chance, increase the multicast chance. This has quite a lot more skills that are affected, so I think I will go for that. And multicast is going to be very handy for us if it actually happens. There we go, beautiful. I'm going to leave this final gem around here for if I kill a lot of enemies around the map and I then circle back and pick up all the experience through picking up this little gem right here. But yeah, if I am able to stay close to the enemies, I think I actually do quite well. But it's difficult staying close to the enemies. I've also not seen like the entity that deals fatal damage to us in a while. Oh, it's right here. I forgot to pay attention to it for a second, I think. And here are the next Lords of the Void already. Our Shadow Grasp has definitely gotten some nice upgrades, but I think for now, if we get a chance, we should also invest in some area upgrades, because the area of that ability is not that large. Let's pick this up, hopefully get another level. Oh, Bloodlust. I want Bloodlust. I'm gonna get rid of Obliterate. Multicast, sure. Poison, even more chance for poison. What do we have? We have the Poison Lord, we have the Profitless, and we have the Fallen King. Ah man, it's really difficult getting close enough to deal damage right now. We're taking a lot of damage. We should level up more, get some more area, some more movement speed, so that we are better suited, better equipped to actually circle around our opponents here. Because for now it seems to be quite difficult. Today I have an appointment at work with my client that I'm seeing about her excessive worrying, about her worrying disorder, or general anxiety disorder if you will. Worrying is one of the core symptoms of that specific disorder, and that's why both names are used equally often most of the time. Some people call it worrying disorder, some people call it general anxiety disorder. Although I'm not necessarily sure whether it really is a general anxiety disorder, because as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I've heard so far, all of her worrying is really related to her work. So can that still be considered general anxiety, because it's almost all situated in like one domain, you get me? Interesting stuff to think about, although I don't really like thinking so much about whether the right label has been applied to a patient, because in the grand scheme of things that is not always so important. Labels can be helpful for people, but it can also be detrimental, because people can experience a lot of bullying potentially, or can experience bias towards them because of the label they have, a negative bias that is. There's our first revive. We don't have enough defensive or versatility upgrades to actually traverse the map without dying right now. Damage increase is not really helping that. Block power might help a little bit. What we really need is movement speed and area, so that we can stay further away from the enemies. Again, armor power, sure, it can help us, but I would rather just have movement speed so that I can dodge and I don't have to get hit and tank all the hits. Our second revive just got popped immediately. I don't know what happened there. That's not what I was looking forward to. looks like it's not gonna be the best run after all. I thought we had some potential, but we are actually struggling quite a lot. Don't give up hope yet though. We can still try and make the best of it. What I'm gonna do today with my client, my patient that is here for the worrying, is I'm gonna focus on action. Last time I saw her, we focused on noticing the worrying, bringing it to her attention and creating some distance from it. Now it's gonna be all about, after noticing that, then going to action. Because worrying is a sign to go over to action. People that follow every single video on my channel will probably hate this because they have heard this before. But you can't hear it enough, I think. That's how I learn things, at least by just repetitive learning. I keep on repeating it in my brain. Am I dead? Not yet, but I have 1 HP. This is gonna be one of the shortest Soulstone Survivors videos out there. Yeah. The Death Knight just ain't it, chief. It's just not it. Well, this is an easy way for me to get to 100 episodes. I guess if every episode is gonna be like this, but that was just a mess. Thank you very much for watching. I'll try to get the victory off camera because that was our second attempt already. And I still hope to see you in the next one. Hope you're still enjoying this series. Bye-bye.